Alright, so let me introduce you guys to ranking system. Step 1, choose a partner you would team up with for 4 months until rank reset. Step 2, ranking system resets every 4 months. There would be a total of 3 resets in a year. So we would do 3 tournaments in a year to reset everything for you to have time to pick a new partner or keep the same partner. We're going to have a reset tournament 3 times in a year. Step 3. The ranking system is applicable in any format. That's how flexible it is. Men's doubles, women's doubles, mixed, men's singles, women's singles, seniors men's doubles, seniors women's doubles, seniors men's singles, seniors women's singles. This rank system is applicable in any format. Step 4. The ranking system will conduct a placement tournament at first. The format will either be 8, 16, 32, team single elimination, bracket depending on how many teams enter and how early they enter could guarantee them a spot before the deadline. First come, first serve. So for example, right? These were the first 11 people that are interested in the rank system. But since we have 11, not 16, we're gonna cut it off at 8. So, but don't worry. These first 8 are guaranteed top 8. They're gonna be Yuma's ranked top 8 pickleball players. But don't worry, because after the tournament, in order that 9, 10, 11 entered, they're gonna be placed in the order that they entered. So step 5, the tournament matches will be randomly drawn and be recorded to be fair. We're gonna randomly pick the matches. Step 6, once the tournament is over and the teams have been assigned their ranks, teams that were cut off from the tournament will be placed starting at the lowest rank in the order that they entered, first come first serve. So like I said, if we only had 11 people, the deadline ended, we only had 11 people, we're gonna take 8. We're gonna do an 8-team tournament, and after that, the rest of the people are gonna be placed as rank 9, rank 10, rank 11. But if we have 16 or more, then we're gonna do a 16-team tournament. 32, we're gonna do 32. So let's say we have 19 teams, right, that entered. We're only gonna take 16. The other 3, 17, 18, 19, they're gonna be placed after the tournament. Now let me show you how the tournament works. So for example, this is Yuma Mixed Rank Placement Tournament, okay? So this is not a tournament where we all gather in one day, in one date, and we do it all together. I mean, we can, but like the purpose of this tournament is to make it very flexible for everybody, you know? So when matches are randomly drawn, for example, Jay Liz versus Javi Tammy, they can schedule a time, date, place to do their challenge, to do their match. So we already have our bracket right here. Jay Liz versus Javi Tammy, Caesar Tam versus Abel Courtney, Rachel Ethan versus Caesar Grace, Mike Leanne versus Jose Habi. Basically, this is the quarter finals. Now these are the winners. These are the winners. We move on to the finals, semifinals, finals, winner. So the winner for this mixed rank placement tournament, for example, is Abel and Courtney. So automatic, they're gonna take rank 1, top 1. They're gonna be top 1 Yuma mixed pickleball players. Okay. Rank 2 would be the runner-up, Rachel and Ethan. Now we're gonna look at this bracket, who gets 3rd and 4th, Jose and Abby, because we're gonna tally up the score. Jose and Abby got 3 and 8. We're gonna tally it up. 3 plus 8 is 11. Jay Liz, 3 plus 5 is 8. 11 is greater than 8. So that's why Jose and Abby got 3rd. Jay Liz got 4th. Now let's look at these scores right here. Who got the highest? Caesar Tam. Caesar Tam, 8 plus 5 is 13. Followed by Javi Tammy. 6 plus 5 is 11. Mike Leanne. 2 plus 5 is 7. And last, Caesar Grace. 4 plus 2 is 6. So that is basically our top 8 ranked pickleball players in Yuma. And then basically this 9, 10, 11 that were cut off, they're going to be placed after the tournament is over. Okay, pretty simple. Now, this tournament, like I said, it can be ran anytime, you know. So let's say Jay, Liz, Javi, Tammy, hey, let's play on Monday. Let's schedule our match on Monday. They can do that Monday. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Everyone's done. Now the ranks are completed. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the bread and butter, which is the rank challenge rules. Once everything have their ranks assigned, I'm gonna explain this one to you right now. There's actually something that I forgot. So for example, here it was tied. Jose and Abby got 3 and 8. Jay, Liz got 8 and 3. So they're both tied at 11. So who's gonna take third and fourth? So that's gonna be determined on who signed up early, who signed up first. Jose and Abby signed up first, so therefore they're gonna take third, and Jay and Liz are gonna take fourth. So it's very important to sign up early so that way you have that advantage if tied in the tournament, okay? So this tournament is not an end-all be-all. Just because you place 8 doesn't mean that you're done, okay? It's just a placement. It's just to see where you're at. And from there, we can progress to the main bread and butter of this, which is the rank challenge system. I'm gonna explain it to you now. All right, here we go, bread and butter. Once we have our ranks assigned, now we move on. The top 10 teams can only challenge 1 rank up. So if you're within top 10, you can only challenge 1 rank up. If you're Isaiah Genie, you can only challenge Jose Kylie. Jose Kylie can only challenge Cesar Grace. Cesar Grace can only challenge Mike Leanne. Easy, simple. 2, top 11 to 20 can challenge 2 ranks up. So if you're top 11, Nathan Alicia, you can challenge either Isaiah Genie or Jose Kylie. Okay, top 20, Cynthia John, you can challenge Ricky Armida or Lori Tim. Top 21 and under can challenge 3 ranks up if we reach that many teams. Hopefully we do, because pickleball is growing. Yuma is really popular now in pickleball. 4, a challenge is a best out of 3 match. Higher ranks cannot challenge down. Obviously, why would you want to challenge down? Only lower ranks can challenge. When you request to challenge, the team that you're challenging has 7 days to accept the challenge. If they fail to accept the challenge, you will automatically take their spot. So, for example, Rachel and Ethan challenged Abel and Courtney on Monday. Okay? Abel and Courtney are somewhere in the world, they're on vacation, and they won't come back until Tuesday. So basically, that's past 7 days. Rachel and Ethan will take Abel and Courtney for, it's basically a forfeit. They will take rank 1, Abel and Courtney will go down, they will shift down 1 down, they will take top 2. Now, you can challenge for as many times as you want consecutively until you lose, all right? Keyword, until you lose. So for example, Isaiah Genie, top 10, they challenge Jose Kylie. On Monday, Isaiah Genie, they win. They want to challenge Cesar and Grace on the same day, Monday, they can. Cesar and Grace, they can accept it, but they have 7 days to accept it. But if they happen to accept it on the same day, and Isaiah Genie versus Cesar Grace, Isaiah Genie won, they can challenge again on the same day, Monday, if they want. They could challenge Mike Leanne. Mike Leanne chooses to accept the challenge. Isaiah Genie, they win the challenge. They can challenge Javi, Tammy on the same day, Monday. They can keep challenging and challenging until they lose. So you can challenge as many times as long as you keep winning. But until you lose, there's something. Okay, here. If you're a challenger and you lose a challenge, you must wait 7 days to request a new challenge. You will also enter a phase called Defender Mode, where you must take a challenge, if you're a challenge, from a lower rank prior to requesting a new challenge. This prevents spam challenging and ducking. Basically, for example, Rachel and Ethan challenged Abel and Courtney on Monday, right? Rachel and Ethan lost to Abel and Courtney. Now, what's going to happen? They will enter defender mode. Defender mode. Basically, if Jose and Abby challenge them, they must accept the challenge from Jose and Abby. That's if they're challenged. Okay? Let's just say they're not challenged. Since Rachel and Ethan challenged Abel and Courtney on Monday, they have 7 days. They have until Monday to open and request a new challenge, okay? If they're not challenged. But if they're challenged by Jose and Abby, they must take that challenge before Monday, okay? That's how it is. So that way people can spam, they don't spam challenge and they don't duck, okay? That's the locking system. We need to keep people in check. All right, and let's move on to the next page. For top 11 and below, since they can challenge 2 to 3 ranks up, the team that is on defender mode must accept the team that challenged them first. So for example, right, top 11, Nathan and Alicia. They challenged Isaiah and Jeannie, but Nathan and Alicia, they lost the challenge. So now they're on defender mode. Now, Azael and Melody and Herman and Sandra want to challenge Nathan and Alicia. So who's going to come first? It's the one that requests the challenge first. If Herman and Sandra request the challenge first in the group chat, Nathan and Alicia must take the challenge by Herman and Sandra, okay? That's how it's going to go. Whoever requests the challenge first, that's who they're going to take. For top 11 and below, since they can be challenged by 2 to 3 ranks down, they have the option to choose which team they would defend their rank against if they're not on defender mode. So for example, top 11, they're not on defender mode, they're just chilling. Top 12 and 13, Azael, Melody, Herman, Sandra, want to challenge Nathan and Alicia. Nathan and Alicia, they have the option to choose whether they want to defend against Azael, Melody, or Herman and Sandra. They have the option to choose because they're not on defender mode. They're just chilling. They're on standby. They have 7 days to accept the challenge. If you defend a challenge as a higher rank, nothing changes. If you defended a challenge as a team on defender mode, you are now free to request a challenge immediately. So if you defend a challenge as a higher rank, nothing changes. Basically, for example, Rachel and Ethan challenge Abel and Courtney. Abel, Courtney wins. Nothing changes. If you defended a challenge as a team on defender mode, let's say Rachel and Ethan, they were on defender mode because they lost to Abel and Courtney. They accepted the challenge from Jose and Abby. Rachel and Ethan won. You are now free to request a challenge immediately. You can challenge immediately. Okay, you can challenge Courtney again on that day. Whatever that day is, you are free to challenge. Announcement rules. This is very important. This is how we keep things organized and in order. This is how we update people. So, 1. You must announce your challenge in the group chat to keep track of things such as the time and date you requested your challenge. Maybe it has been past 3 days. Has it been past 4 days? Hey, let them know. It's been 5 days. You might want to accept it, or else I'm going to take your spot by forfeit. 2. You must announce in the group chat, challenge accepted, as the team being challenged, and tag the challengers. It is important to come to a final decision before announcing with time, date, and location. For example, hey, at Rachel Ethan, challenge accepted, Monday 8 a.m. at Civic Center. So, Abel and Courtney accepted the challenge from Rachel and Ethan. Now, either Abel or Courtney, one of them just has to say, hey, Rachel Ethan, challenge accepted, Monday 8 a.m. at Civic Center. This is a locking system. No one else can challenge until the match is over, okay? It keeps you locked. 3. You must announce in the group chat the result of the challenge in this format. For example, Abel Courtney, challenge defended, and Rachel Ethan, defender mode. Basically, Rachel Ethan challenged Abel Courtney won, Rachel Ethan, they're on defender mode. This is the format that they're going to use in the group chat. They're going to put that as the result. Either one of them, Abel, Courtney, Rachel, Ethan, one of them just has to put this format after the match, okay? So that way people can be updated once they see, once Jose and Abby see that, oh, Rachel and Ethan are now on defender mode, now I can challenge. So people are updated with what's going on, okay? Rank update, Rachel Ethan, top 1, and Abel Courtney, top 2. So basically when Rachel Ethan challenged Abel and Courtney, and Rachel Ethan, they won, this is the format that they're going to use. Rachel Ethan, top 1, Abel Courtney, top 2. Pretty simple. Goes down, and same format for 11 and below. Rank update, Cynthia John. They challenged Lori and Tim. They beat Lori and Tim. Now they're ranked 18. Cynthia John, top 18. Comma, Lori Tim, top 19. Ricky Armida, top 20. Okay, pretty simple. So what's next? The deadline to enter the rank system will be December 5th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Okay, so you have 1 week from today to choose your partner, your teams, and submit it before the deadline to guarantee a spot. If you're late, if you happen to find a team after December 5th, don't worry, you're still going to be placed, but you're going to be at the very bottom, and you're going to have to work your way up from there after the tournament. 2. Once you have selected your team, you must submit your entry in this format. So for example, Christian Frank men's doubles. So for example, that's the very first entry that I put. I'm guaranteed a spot because, you know, I'm the first entry. Courtney Kylie, women's doubles. Christian Grace, mixed. Christian, men's singles. Grace, women's singles. Caesar Mark, men's doubles senior, 50+. Leanne Rosie, women's doubles senior, 50+. Caesar Tam, mixed senior, 50+. Caesar, men's senior, 50+. Grace, women's senior singles, 50+. Okay, so that's going to be the format when you submit your entry. 3. A minimum of 8 teams is required to productively start and operate a rank system. Okay, so that would be like the sweet spot for any format to start and operate a rank system. Like for example, I just threw this in because, you know, just to be versatile. But for men's senior singles, there's not much competition. I can only see Caesar and Ethan going against each other, so it's just 2 of them competing against each other. There's not much pool of competition, so it would be more ideal for them to sign up and enter for men's singles instead of the 50+, because if it's just them 2, then this 8 teams, it's not going to make sense if it's just them 2. So it would be better if we have 8 or more people playing singles, so that way the rank system is more productively available to operate.